stage is all set for the high-stakes civic polls battle in Delhi. The Municipal Corporation of Delhi is going into elections as we speak in just a few minutes from now. Now, it's largely being seen as a three-way contest. On one side, the incumbent BJP. They've been in power for 15 years. Against them, the Aam Aadmi Party, hoping finally to wrestle control. And then on the other side, you have the Congress that's been sitting in the opposition since 2007. Now, 1.45 crore voters are going to be exercising their franchise. That makes this the second biggest corporation in the world, right after the corporation in Tokyo. This time, the BJP held over 200 meetings in the last few days. The Aam Aadmi Party held town halls, particularly. They just had a town hall with traders. They asked them what their concerns, their needs were. Remember, in 2017, the BJP won 181 wards, while the Aam Aadmi Party secured 48 wards. The Congress secured 27. Now, as you might know, earlier this year, there have been amendments to the way in which the MCD is structured. Today, 250 wards are up for grabs. Polling will be held from 8 a.m. to 5:30, and the counting of votes will be taking place on December 7th, so on Wednesday. Right now, let's set the stage for you. Take a look at two political comments, then we'll connect with reporters on the ground.
मैं तो आपके पास ये देखिए जी, मैं क्या लाया? मैं एक और तो ये लाया हूं आपके पास, ये सारे नंबर्स, ये सारे जो हरीश इकट्ठे करके लाए। और क्या है इसमें, जो आप दूसरी तरफ फोटो देख रहे हैं, एक तरफ चारा घोटाले वाला है, दूसरी तरफ मजदूर के हक लूटने वाला है। ये लालू का दिल्ली मॉडल है, लालू के लूट का दिल्ली मॉडल है, जो अरविंद केजरीवाल ने नए प्रिंट में पेश किया है। और ये तो कुछ लाया हूं जी, मैं प्रिंट निकालते निकालते शायद टाइम लगता है, बाकी सब समय लगता है। अगली बार तो ट्रक भर के आएंगे सबूत, ऐसा लगता है।
हमने इलाके में घूम के लोगों से भी मुलाकात की, पूछताछ की कि कोई किसी तरह का कोई डर तो नहीं है, कोई किसी तरह का कोई लालच या प्रलोभन, ताकि इलेक्शन जो है बिल्कुल फेयरली और फ्रीली हो सकें। लोगों को इनकरेज कर रहे हैं कि भारी मात्रा में आएँ और वोट दें। हमने जो पोलिंग स्टेशंस हैं, प्रेमिसेस हैं, उनका भी जायज़ा लिया, वहाँ भी हमने विज़िट किया। हमारे सेंट्रल ज़िले में 200 से अधिक जो है पोलिंग प्रेमिसेस हैं और करीब 700 पोलिंग बूथ हैं, उसमें से 54 जो हैं वो क्रिटिकली सेंसिटिव हैं, तो उनको ध्यान में रखते हुए एक पुख्ता पुलिस का अरेंजमेंट किया गया है। ज़्यादा फोर्स ऑन ग्राउंड लगाई गई है, भारी मात्रा में जो पुलिस फोर्स, उसके अलावा CAPF का जो कंपोनेंट है वो, और होम गार्ड। सो लगभग 3000 से ज़्यादा का पुलिस फोर्स जो है वो पोलिंग स्टेशन पे, पोलिंग बूथ पे डिप्लॉयड रहेगा।
All right, before we go over to our reporters, let's talk about what the critical issues are for the citizens of Delhi when it comes to the polls that we've been able to take and the conversations we've had with citizens on the ground. Number one, corruption that continues to exist within the MCD and within the government machinery. This is the belief of Delhi citizens. There's a thought that when it comes to the daily processes, for example, filling out your parking fees, citizens of Delhi come up and meet daily corruption. That's number one. Number two, landfills across the city. Garbage and waste disposal across the city remains a big problem. Remember, there are 3 big landfills in the city of Delhi. The Ghaziabad one, the Ghaziapur landfill in particular, is just a few meters shorter than the Qutub Minar. And now the third issue that we're going to be taking a look at is building or property taxes. Both parties have promised to make adjustments and make changes in the slabs of property taxes for different groups of people. Now, these are the 3 large issues. Apart from that, there are smaller issues that we're going to be talking about too, but largely these are the 3 concerns we're going in with. Now, let's start the day with my colleague Anshul. Anshul is with us live. We're going to be having colleagues join us from across the city. Anshul starts the day off with us right now. Anshul, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Anshul, a big day for the citizens of Delhi. It's possible, some say, that we might see a changing of guard. Could today mean the end of 15 years of the BJP, the start of the Aam Aadmi Party and the MCD? This is perhaps the big question we're entering the day with. Tell us, what are the stakes for the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, please, Anshul?
Definitely, this election becomes one of the most important elections in recent times when it comes to the entire MCD, because remember, after a trifurcation, there was this unification of MCDs that has happened this time around, and this actually means that one of the highest elected positions is going to be just single. That means only one mayor is going to rule the entire national capital now. So yes, this election becomes really very important, because the BJP is looking to get that one elected representative in the government that can actually take calls. Mind you, this election becomes really very important, and the kind of campaign that we have seen over the last few days, especially from the side of the BJP, the entire top brass of the BJP had hit the ground, be it from the likes of Amit Shah, be it from the likes of BJP President JP Nadda, and other senior leaders of the BJP, including Yogi Adityanath, have all come out on the streets of the national capital campaigning just for these MCD elections. So yes, this tells a lot about how seriously has the BJP taken these elections. On the other hand, the Aam Aadmi Party has been continuously trying to make sure that these elections are for a change, and that is the reason why we are seeing that the entire political thing that the Aam Aadmi Party has been able to build, they have been able to build on the anti-incumbency that the BJP has built over here over the last 17 years. So yes, it remains to be seen how does the elections turn out this time around, but yes, definitely a very interesting elections that is going to start, and in the next 40 to 45 minutes we are going to see that first vote being polled in the national capital.
Anshul, thank you for laying the scene for us, for setting the stage. Let's go over now. We have two more colleagues who are also with us this morning. Apart from Anshul, my colleague Nikhil and my colleague Yash are with us. All of them are live from the ground. Let's go over next to Yash. Yash, could you bring our audiences some understanding of the changes that came in the way that the MCD is run earlier this year? It went from 3 different corporations to merging together once again, and our audiences may or may not remember that about a decade ago, just like this, there used to be one structure. Then it was broken down to 3, and again earlier this year it was made into 1. Could you walk our audiences through what that transition meant for the MCD and what it will effectively mean for the funding, for example, of the MCD over the next few years?
Well, Toya, very good morning. And the process you're talking about is the delimitation process. And in fact, earlier, there were 272 wards in the national capital, and now they have turned into 250 wards. And in fact, this this was the same thing which was happening in the national capital when there was a single mayor in the national capital, and it was done in Sheila Dikshit's regime in the national capital when Sheila Dikshit was the chief minister. And now this entire, the 3 municipal corporations have been merged into single one. And in fact, today, the people of the national capital will be voting to choose their next mayor, which will be in fact a single mayor instead of having 3 different mayors for different regions. And in fact, I'm coming from Old Rajendra Nagar, and I'll also show you the last minute preparations which are being held at this very polling booth. This particular polling booth is in Old Rajendra Nagar, and in fact you can see in these visuals how police officials have been deployed in good numbers over here. And also I'll also show you certain visuals from inside one of the polling booths, and you can see in these visuals how the last minute preparations are going on inside these very booths where the people of the national capital will be casting their vote to choose their next mayor. In fact, the polling will start at around 8 a.m. in the national capital, and it will go till the 5:30 in the evening. And in fact, this is a very interesting ward to say, because the incumbent MP is from Bharatiya Janata Party, and the incumbent MLA which is from the Aam Aadmi Party. And in fact, earlier also the Aam Aadmi Party was in power in this particular ward when Raghav Chadda left the seat, Durgesh Pathak took the seat. We were also talking to certain locals, and if we talk about the hyper-local issues in this particular ward, the hyper-local issue remains one of the most important issue remains to be the parking issue and the cleanliness issue in this entire area. Earlier you were talking about the delimitation and the process which took place earlier this year, and in fact in this very constituency of Rajendra Nagar, there are 3 wards which comes under this particular constituency. There are 3 wards which falls under Rajendra Nagar, and this is one of those from where we are reporting. And in fact, from some time from now, the people of the national capital will be stepping out to cast their vote to choose their next mayor.
Okay, all right. Yash.